friends. Today I am going to start with the exercise questions NCERT book, exercise 7.1. I will not solve all the questions, but I will try to solve word problems, whatever is of different type of questions. So let us start with exercise 7.1. Question number 4. What fraction of a day is 8 hours? So a day, how many hours are there in one day? 24 hours. Okay. Fraction of 8 hours. So 8 out of 24. We have written in the form of fraction, and fraction always we convert into simplest form. So 8 and 24 is divisible by 8. 8 ones are 8, 8 threes are 24. So here 1 by 3. So what fraction of 8 are? 1 by 3 fraction. Okay. Same way it is given in question number 5. What fraction of an hour is 40 minutes? So 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. I have written here 1 day, but the question is related with hours, so we will write 1 hour is equal to 40 minutes. And therefore fraction of 40 minutes. So 40 out of 60. So you will get 0, 0. You can cut 4 by 6. 2 2s are 4. 2 3s are 6. So answer will be 2 by 3. So question number 5 is just like question number 4. So out of these two, I have solved here question number 4, and I have explained you question number 5 how to solve. Now the next question is question number 6. Arya, Abhimanyu and Vivek. Arya, Abhimanyu and Vivek, these are the three friends. They are sharing their tiffin. Arya has brought two types of sandwiches, vegetable sandwich and jam sandwich. And two friends forgot to bring their tiffin. Then Arya said, okay, I will share my tiffin with both of you. So these two friends and Arya, so total number of persons will be 3 to eat vegetable sandwich. Similarly, 3 persons will eat jam sandwich. So this veg sandwich will be divided among 3 parts. Okay, and each one will get 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1/3 part of a sandwich each one will get. Similarly, jam will be also divided in 3 equal parts. So your denominator will be 3 here also, and 3 friends, so each one will get 1/3 part of the sandwich. This is only the question. This is asked how Arya is going to divide. So Arya will divide each sandwich in 3 equal parts, and each one will get 1/3 part of veg sandwich and 1/3 part of jam sandwich. Next is question number 7. Kanchan dyes dresses. She had to dye 30 dresses. So how many total number of dresses are given? 30 dresses, because she had to dye 30 dresses. Okay. The next line. She has so far finished 20 dresses. So from the second line we will get second statement, number of dresses finished 20. Word problems, you see one line always we write down the statements. Okay. In word problems, writing statement is important. Second step, we need to find out what operation we are supposed to do. Third step, we do the operation, we do the calculation part, we solve the sum, and fourth step, we write answer in full sentence. So the first step, we have written the statements. Now what is the last line of the word problem? What fraction of dresses she has finished? So therefore fraction of dresses finished. Final statement also we get from the word problem itself. So total number of dresses she has finished is 20, and total number of dresses are there 30. So 110 we can cut, or we can say that we are dividing by 10. So 10 2s are 20, 10 3s are 30. So the answer will be 2/3. This way of solving is different person to person. Whatever method is easier for you, you can use that method to solve. And the last step, always you need to write down the answer in full step. What it is asked, what fraction of dresses she has finished. So she has finished 2/3 fraction of the total number of dresses. So this is the way you are supposed to complete. And one more thing, these statements also vary person to person. you are supposed to write down in short. So maybe possible my way of writing is this, your way of writing is something different. So not necessary to mug up this statement. Whatever comes in your mind, you need to write down in short, so that without reading the whole question with the statements only, we can find out what is given, what we are supposed to find. So this is the proper way of solving word problems. Okay, let us go for the next question. Till then I am clearing the board. You can read question number 8. Next is question number 8. Question number 8. Write the natural numbers from 2 to 12. So what is the first statement? Natural numbers from 2 to 12. Write down which numbers are there. From, it means we will write down 2 also. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Whenever word from is there, we include this also and we include 12 also. If the word between is given, then we don't count these two. We write whatever numbers are between these two numbers. Okay, now read the next sentence. What fraction of numbers are prime number? It means we need to find out prime numbers. So what will be the second statement? Prime numbers from 2 to 12. Okay, now find out which are the prime numbers. 2 is a prime number, then 3 is also a prime number, 5 is a prime number, 7 is a prime number, and then 11 is a prime number. What are the prime numbers? The numbers which has exactly two factors, 1 and the number itself, or a number which is divisible by 1 and the number itself are called prime numbers. So these are the numbers which are the prime numbers. Now we need to find out fraction. Okay, so what is given here? Fraction of prime numbers. Therefore, final statement always we write with therefore. Fraction of prime numbers. Fraction of prime numbers. So you can find out how many prime numbers are there? 5. Okay, and total how many numbers are given over here? You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 5 upon 11 we have written in the form of fraction. What is the next step? We convert into simplest form. But 5 upon 11 is already in simplest form. So no need to convert in simplest form. This is the final answer. Now come to the next question. Question number 9. Write the natural numbers from 102 to 113. Same way you will write down all the natural numbers. Then what fraction of them are prime numbers? Again you can find out prime numbers, and again you will write down the final statement and you can find out. So question number 9 is also just like question number 8. Question number 10, few circles are given over there. So how many total number of circles are there? There are 8 circles. And out of 8 circles, 4 circles are crossed, or you can say that inside the circle x is written in 4 circles. So what will be the fraction? 4 upon 8, that is 1 by 2. So question number 10 is again just like question number 8. Now we will go to the next exercise, exercise 7.2. You can see all the questions of 7.2 already I have done discussion when I was taking the topic how to convert into mixed fraction, how to convert into improper fraction, how to convert into like fractions. So already I have taken many examples to explain that. So I don't think 7.2 is difficult for you. So let us go for the next exercise, exercise 7.3. Just give me a second to turn over the pages. Yeah. So now exercise 7.3. We will start with question number 3. What is given in question number 3? Replace the box. It means simple question. This is fill up the blanks. So I am taking here the first one, 3 upon 7 is equal to 8 upon fill up the blanks. Sorry, this is 2 upon 7, not 3. Okay. So which number will come? These two fractions are equal. It means they are equivalent fraction. So these two numerators are given. Hide this denominator. What is the relation between 2 and 8? How will you get 8 from 2? Simply we need to multiply by 4. 2 4s are 8. What does it mean? We need to multiply 4 and 7 also. Denominator also we will multiply by 7. So 7 4s are 28. So these two are equivalent fractions. Let me take one more example, the number sum. As I said, I will not solve all the sums. So few different type of questions I am solving. 45 upon 60 is equal to 15 upon, again fill up the blanks, what will come? Two numerators are given, so hide this denominator. What is the relation between 45 and 15? You can decide the smaller table. 15 3s are 45. We know that 15 3s are 45. So what does it mean? If 45 you will divide by 3, you will get 15. So this 60 also we will divide by 3. So 3 2s are 6 and this 15 upon 20. Okay. Now come to the next question. Question number 4. See, all these questions, way of solving is same but the way of asking is different. Question number 4, it is asked, find the equivalent fraction of 3 upon 4. 3 upon 4 equivalent fractions means you need to write equal to with denominator 20. So write down denominator 20. It means you need to find out numerator just like the earlier question. Question number 3 already it is given and you need to replace this box. But question number 4 it is given, you need to find out equivalent fraction of 3 upon 4 whose denominator is 20. If you will write in mathematical form, your questions are same. Since two denominators are given, this time you will hide this numerator and find out what is the relation between 4 and 20. How will you get 20 from 4? So recite table of 4. 4 5s are 20. So by 5 we will multiply in numerator also. So 3 5s are 15. So the answer is 15 upon 20. Let me take one more example. B number sum. Again your question is same. 3 upon just a minute. I think I have written something wrong. This is 3 upon 5. Yeah, just a minute. I have written number wrong. This is 3 upon 5. Okay. So 5 4s are 20. So here also we will multiply by 4. So this number will be 12. Okay. So now again the same question. 3 upon 5. You need to find out equivalent fraction. So you will write equal to sign. And here it is given your numerator is 9. So write down 9 in numerator. And you need to find out which number will come in denominator. Since two numerators are given, hide this denominator. Find out the relation. Recite table of 3. So you will get 3 3s are 9. So here also we will multiply by 3. So 5 3s are 15. So your answer is 9 upon 15. Now let us go for question number 5. The question number 5 is find the equivalent fraction of 36 upon 48. Again the same. So write down 36 upon 48 whose numerator is 9. So again you need to find out denominator. Again question number 3, question number 4 and question number 5. Question is same but the way of asking is different. Since two numerators are given, hide this denominator. How will you get 9 from 36? So again recite table of 9. 9 4s are 36. So what does it mean? 36 if you will divide by 4 then you will get 9. So this 48 also you divide by 4. You can divide orally. If you have any doubt, you can divide in rough column and write down. So 4 1s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 9 upon 12 is the answer. Okay. Take the second part also. This is A and the second part B. It is given here. Again the question is saying 36 upon 48, and this time it is given your denominator is 4. So you need to find out numerator. So hide this numerator, find out what is the relation between 4 and 48. Just recite the table, you will get 4 into 12, 12 4s are 48, you know. This 12, it means this 48 you will divide by 12, then you will get 4. So 36 also divide by 12 and your answer will be 3. So the answer is 3 upon 4. Okay, next is question number 6. Question number 6, here it is given, check whether given fractions are equivalent or not. What is equivalent fractions? Their value is same. Okay, so write down the first one, this is 5 upon 9 and the another number is 30 upon 54. Two ways are there. You can convert into simplest form and check, or you can convert into like fractions and check. I will tell you both the method, whatever is easy for you, you can do. So the two methods are there. You can convert into simplest form. So 5 upon 9 is already in simplest form. Convert this 30 upon 54. So these two numbers are divisible by 6. 6 5s are 30, 6 9s are 54. You can say 5 upon 9 and 5 upon 9 both are same. It means they are equivalent fractions. Okay. Another method is you can convert into like fractions. Okay. So to convert into like fractions, we required LCM. So what is the LCM over here? LCM of 9 and 54. Definitely LCM will be 54. So first fraction you will multiply by 6 upon 6 to get 54. So 30 upon 9 6 are 54. And this is already another fraction. It is given 30 upon 54. So you can say that here also the like fractions are same. They are equal. Their value is equal. Therefore they are equivalent fraction. Instead of multiplying and getting bigger number, it is always easier to convert into simplest form and solve. But choice is always yours. Whatever method is easier for you, you can use that method to solve. Let me take one more sum. 3 upon 10. And another number is given 12 upon 50. As I said, converting into simplest form is more easier. I will go for that method. First one is already in simplest form. Now think about these two numbers. So these are divisible by 2. 2 6 are 12. 2 25 are 50. So the answer is 6 upon 25. You can say that these two are not equal. So therefore 3 upon 10 and 12 upon 50 are not equivalent fractions. So this is the way you are supposed to write down the statement and complete the sum. Since 3 upon 10 and 6 upon 5 are not equivalent fractions, therefore 3 upon 10 and 12 upon 50 are not equivalent fractions. Value is not same, so they are not equivalent. Question number 7 already we have done in simplest form. While explanation, I gave you many examples. So directly we will go for question number 8. Okay. So question number 8, here 3 persons are there. Ramesh. The another one is Shilu. And one more person, here it is given Jamal. Sorry, let me write down Jamal. Okay, fine. So these 3 persons are having pencils. Okay. So these pencils they are having. So how many pencils they have? Ramesh had 20 pencils. Shilu had 50 pencils. And Jamal has 80 pencils. Okay. So let me write down here. number of pencils they had. What is the next statement? After 4 months. So pencils used, few pencils are used. So pencils used after 4 months. Pencils used after 4 months. Jamal has used 10 pencils. Shilu has used 25 pencils and Jamal has used 40 pencils. Okay. Read the next line. What fraction did each user? So therefore, fraction of used pencil. Fraction of used pencils. So how many are used? 10 out of 20. Here 25 out of 50 and here 40 out of 80. Now the next step we convert into simplest form. So 10 ones are 10, 10 twos are 20. So this is 1 by 2. 25 ones are 25, 25 twos are 50. So again 1 by 2. Again here 1 1 0 you can cut, 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8. So again 1 by 2. So all these are equivalent fractions because their value is same. Check if each has used up equal fraction of pencils. So yes, they have used equal portion of or equal fraction of pencils. So sometimes instead of writing statements, you can make this tabular form also. Sometimes it is more easier. Now we will start with exercise 7.4. Again, just give me a second so that I can open the page. Yeah, exercise 7.4. It's very easy. Already we have done by explanation. So question number 2. Compare the fractions. Compare means which one is greater, which one is smaller. So the first one is 3 by 6 and 5 by 6. I gave you many methods. Okay. When the denominators are same, what to do. When the numerators are same, what to do. And to avoid confusion, if you have confusion directly, you can do cross multiplication. Okay. So here you can say like fractions. Denominators are same. So which one is greater? 5. So 5 by 6 is greater. If you have any confusion, you can draw one arrow over here. 6 3s are 18. 6 5s are 30. 30 is greater. So 5 by 6 is greater. Again, whatever method is easier for you, you can do. Same thing we can do when these are not like fractions. You can convert into like fractions and then also you can find out. Let me take one more example. The number 1 by 7 and 1 by 4. Earlier question, denominators are same. Now again draw one arrow. 4 into 1 will give you 4. 7 into 1 will give you 7. 7 is greater. So 1 by 4 is the greater fraction. Now my next question is question number 5. How quickly can you do this? Again fill up the blanks. Same question. So let me take two questions again. 1 by 2 and 1 by 5. Again somewhere numerators are same, somewhere denominators are same. Best way, do cross multiplication. This 5 and this 2. So 5 is greater. So 1 by 2 is greater fraction. Take one more example. 2 by 4 and 3 by 6. So again, join two numbers with arrow. 2 6s are 12, 4 3s are 12. Both are equal. So put equal to sign. These two are equivalent fractions. Let me take one more example. Many questions are given in question number 5. So this is my last example for question number 5. So see sum, it is given 3 upon 5 and 2 upon 3. So again join these 2 points with arrow. 3 3s are 9, 5 2s are 10. 10 is greater. So 2 by 3 is the greater fraction. Okay. Now let me see which question is there. Next we will go with question number 7. Find answers of the following. Write and indicate how you solve them. Now the first one it is given is 5 upon 9 equal to 4 upon 5. Are they equal or not? It means again we need to do comparison. Okay. Or we can say that we will convert into simplest form. We will convert into like fractions. So we will try to convert into simplest form. So 5 upon 9 and 4 upon 5. These two are already in simplest form. Since they are not equal, I'm converting into simplest form. You can convert into like fractions also. Since they are not equal, therefore these are not equivalent, or these two fractions are not equal. Let me take one more example. Suppose C number sum is 4 upon 5 equal to 16 upon 25. Sorry, 16 upon 20, question mark. Here also this is question mark. Here your answer is no, they are not equal. Okay. So we have two numbers, 4 upon 5 and 16 upon 20. We can convert into simplest form. So you can say that the number is divisible by 4. So 4 4s are 16, 4 5s are 20. So can we say that these two are equal? So since these two are equal, so yes, these two fractions 4 upon 5 and 16 upon 20 are equal. They are equivalent fractions. So same thing, way of asking is different, but we are doing the same thing. Now come to question number 8. It is a word problem. So enumerate 25 pages of a book containing 100 pages. So there are two persons, Leela and Lalita. Total number of pages of a book. Total number of pages in a book is, here it is given 100. Then number of pages read by Ila is equal to 25. This is already given. Then Lalita read 2/5 of the same book. So number of pages read by Lalita. Read by Lalita is equal to 2/5 of same book. Same book means how many pages? 100. So what is the meaning of multiplication and then 100? It means multiplication of fraction. You can cut one number from numerator, one number from denominator. Choice is yours. So 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10 and 0. So total is 40. Okay. So how many pages Ila read? 25. And how many pages Lalita read? 40. So what is the question? Who read less pages? So definitely Ila read less pages. You can do comparison with fraction also, but instead of doing comparison of fraction, it's better to convert this fraction into number of pages and solve. But both the ways are correct. This is the magic of maths. We can solve one sum with different ways, but your answer is same. Now come to next question, question number 9. Rafiq exercise for 3 upon 6 of an hour and while Rohit exercise for 3 upon 4 of an hour. Okay. So again you can convert this into minutes or you can do direct comparison. So let me convert into minutes. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Exercise done by Rafiq is equal to 3/6 of 60 minutes. So how can we write down 3 upon 6 into 60? You can cut the number. So this answer is 30 minutes. Similarly, we can find out for another person. So exercise done by Rohit. How much time it is given? 3/4 of 60 minutes. So 3 upon 4 into 60. The number is divisible by 15. 4 15s are 60. 15 3s are 45 minutes. So Rafiq exercised for 30 minutes and Rohit exercised for 45 minutes. Who exercised for a longer time? So Rohit exercised for a longer time. Same thing you can done by fraction also. What is the fraction? 3 upon 6 and here it is given 3 upon 4. You can do cross multiplication. 4 3s are 12, 6 3s are 18, 18 is greater. So 3 upon 4 is greater and 3 upon 4. This much time is taken by Rohit. So who exercised for a longer time? Rohit exercised for a longer time. This is also the one way to solve the sum. Now we will go for the last question of today's session or exercise 7.4. So the question number 10, in a class of 25 students, so total number of students. Total number of students is equal to 25. The next line, 20 passed in first class, in another class B of 50 students. Okay, this is class A, class B. So let me write down class A. Number of students 20 and number of students passed. Number of students passed is equal to 20. And what you need to find out, which class was a greater fraction of students getting first class. So therefore, fraction of first class is equal to 20 out of 25. So this will become 5 4s are 20, 5 5s are 25. Similarly, we can do for class B. Now we will talk about class B. What is given here? Class B of 30 students. So now number of students in class B is equal to 30. Then what is the next statement? 24 passed in first division. So number of students passed. Number of students passed in first division. If you want, you can write down that also. Otherwise, if you are writing statement in short, that is also correct. Therefore, fraction of first class students or fraction of past students. I told you writing statement vary person to person. So this will become 24 upon 30. The number is divisible by 6. 6 4s are 24, 6 5s are 30. So this is 4 upon 5. Okay. So for class A, it is 4 upon 5. Class B also 4 upon 5 after solution. So both the classes have equal number of students who got first division. Okay. So this is the way. Two questions are mixed up in one question and we are solving for class A and class B. Thank you students for watching today's video.